We played some like art house thing, and I remember afterwards Tom was very upset, and we met. And that's when we went, and we ended up going to Denny's or something, and we met Vic from Pharaoh Lux there. And we're just
I don't
like,
remember
yeah,
that
dude,
show.
this fucking touring thing is just bullshit.
Welcome to the 130th episode of the Cast That Ends Creation. I'm your host, Chris Deering. This is the show where I interview bands and public figures from the Mathcore adjacent community. My guests today dropped their sophomore album, Cardinal, back in February through Choke Artist. Welcome in Angles. How's it going?
Hey,
What up?
Oh yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Y'all are awesome.
Thanks for having us,
Why
Chris.
don't y'all go around and introduce yourselves? I guess we can start with Joe.
My name's Joe. I am the drummer of the band In Angles. I also run the label Choke Artist, which released the In Angles album.
Yeah, we had you on not too long ago to talk about Choke Artist. It's a great episode.
Yeah, good to be back.
I guess Brian.
I don't know. Yeah, I am Brian. I play bass and I do vocals in Angles, and it's a lot of fun.
Hey guys, my name's Tom. I play guitar and I sing in the band.
And I'm Nick, and I play guitar, lead guitar.
Yes.
Hey.
I mean, he does nothing else in the band. He just plays the rhythm.
One finger.
So it looks like you guys started your Facebook back in like July of 2013. So 9 years y'all been together?
Oh my God, is that
Right? Did I just make you feel super old?
Yeah, because the Beatles did all that in 10 years.
Right.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I've never even been to a
when you
strip
think
club.
about when you think about what we've done versus like what the Beatles have done, I guess it makes sense.
It is crazy to hear though. I think Tom and I just launched that in his room one time. I don't even know if we had songs at that point. Maybe we did. When did Upstairs come out? Around that time, I guess?
I thought we did 2014.
14. So it's probably, but yeah, that's a cool stat though that you found, man. That makes us feel old.
Stat. It's just a fact.
Stat, yeah.
So how did y'all come
Stat,
together?
how old I am.
How did y'all come together?
Me and Nick always played guitar together. We went to like middle school together, started playing guitar around then. We were in like separate bands for a really long time, and then we started Time Out Jimmy, which was before In Angles, and that band just kind of like fell apart. So we like, I don't know, we just tried to start writing like way cooler stuff than any other band that we had been in. And yeah, we asked Brian and Joe to join with us like a year after, I think.
Yeah, I think when we went to record, we didn't even have like a drummer, right? We asked Joe to record with us, and then the whole plan was to secretly ask him to join the band afterwards, because Joe has an addiction to joining bands. So we roped him in that way.
You guys
Well,
offered to pay me like $50, which I never received.
$50.
You claim this. I don't.
I kind of remember that, yeah. But I guess the idea though, when like Tom and I were sitting down, like we were like consciously making a band because we had just left the project and we had a little more like freedom to do more what we wanted, but we wanted it to just be just like we wanted to let go and not have every part of the song be interesting and not cop out on anything, not be lazy on writing, and kind of make everything interesting and enjoyable to play. Nothing that was just there to just be there, so to speak.
So not like you're not doing being technical just to be technical. What you mean?
Yeah, or sometimes you write different parts of the song, and you have to bridge the gaps, and it's so easy to just put a chord in there, or just make something that's just in there to be a verse or something that's kind of forceful. We wanted to make sure that every part was cool, because I mean, music now is the same way, but when we were starting, it was like you only have a couple seconds to grab someone's attention. Everyone has musical ADD, and you have to make sure you're kind of showing everything you want to show as soon as possible, and you can't give up on that in the middle of the song either.
I think me and Nick worked with someone like before this that like kind of, I don't want to say like stifled the riffs, but basically was kind of like, yeah, not so many riffs. And like all we ever wanted to do was play fucking riffs. Like that's the whole point of us playing guitar. So like in Angles, the whole beginning of it was just like, let's just riff after riff after riff.
All
and,
the
like,
riffs.
don't stop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool way that they write too, because then Joe comes in and helps kind of glue everything together, and then I sort of come in last and just the very last piece of Scotch tape, I guess. But yeah, it's cool.
I guess we could dive into how y'all write and stuff if you wanted to do that. What's the process like?
I mean, I guess it's different really for almost every song. Like for pretty much everything, myself or Nick come up with at least like one or two cool riffs. And then a lot of what'll happen is we'll bring it to Joe and like flesh it out with Joe and Brian. Like if he's up here and we practice together, we like to do kind of like just like a jam on shit that we got, come up with new shit on the spot. Or like, it does happen where myself or Nick will write like an entire thing, and like we'll still kind of bring it to Joe and flesh that out. But it's really all instruments first, and then
Guitar
like
and yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of vocals.
A week before
Yeah.
recording, we figure out vocals.
Yeah, vocals kind of get written in the studio or shortly before. But we'll go on. I mean, we'll have nice little. I feel as if we have good runs of riff after riff after riff, and then the same thing kind of goes with vocal melodies, where we're on a good 2-week stint where we're just recording vocal demos, and we have all this stuff that we think we're going to keep long term. Yeah, it's kind of a mishmash. That's why I think it took it so long to come out with the new album, but yeah, it works.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I was just about to mention you had this weird gap. You guys started putting something out every year since your inception. You dropped 3 EPs, Upstairs, Dog Songs, and Shortfalls. I'm calling Dog Songs an EP. I don't know if you consider it that. You dropped a full length, Cascading Home, and then you took a 4-year break. So what happened with the 4-year break?
From Cascading Home to Shortfalls, yeah, it was 4 years. Fuck, I don't know.
No,
Wait, maybe I'm not. I might have messed something up.
From our last LP to this LP, it was 6 years.
Was it Shortfalls 2018?
Yeah, Cascading Home was
like 20.
Oh, you mean? Oh, yes,
right?
yes. I know what you mean.
Or no, maybe it's 2016. But yeah, so from Shortfalls to this point, it's been 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Part of it, I think, was COVID, because
just couldn't get together.
It's still wild because like there's riffs that didn't make Shortfalls that made it onto Cardinal. We just always like had this fucking collection of riffs and ideas and stuff. I do think it took us a little long to piece this album together, but Brian moved like twice. Everyone is getting married and having kids too. I think it was like a part of our life where we kind of had to, pump the brakes a little bit for like moments in time. So I don't know. I hope our next thing is sooner. Honestly, I'm always, you guys know me. I'm always like, hey, let's write, let's do it.
Yeah.
I think making an album is also like, we've only made one full length before, and the first one was daunting and very like, it was tough to make your first full length when you're writing that many songs and trying to figure it out. This one I feel like went so smooth. We have more confidence behind us to be like, we can probably do this faster and better now. When you went through it once positively and effectively, I feel like we can, get it faster for sure.
Yeah, we also screwed ourselves in the first one by sending it to multiple people, trying to get it mixed by multiple people, and we just kind of shot ourselves in the foot.
What do you mean by that? Like you had to redo a bunch of stuff?
Yeah. So we recorded it with one guy, thought we wanted to send it to this other guy. It did not turn out the way we were imagining. And this guy even mentioned that he takes a long sort of iterative process. And it's just not like, we already liked what we had, and it just seemed kind of stupid to just take all these iterations of what we thought was already good. And that didn't end well. He didn't take that well. And then it went back to guy number 1 and we were kind of rushed. So yeah.
It's very draining, like to
It
do
was
that.
very
that
draining. Like
process.
I would be surprised if we ended up actually playing any of those songs live again, to be totally honest.
Really?
Jeez. Just when I think about it, because now that we have the new full length and we're thinking about the shows we're going to play this year and what songs we would not want to play, like, fuck, I just want to play all the new shit, kind of. And if I'm going to play any old stuff, I don't think I would go to Cascading Home. I don't know.
I would play Foothills.
Yeah,
too.
I didn't forget about that. Yeah.
That's a good point, though. I think in this genre, recording is so important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when there's so much going on, like you really need someone who understands what you're trying to do, to make the clarity there and to make it just sound the way you want it. I feel like it's important for every genre, obviously, but you know, when there's a lot of notes in one small area, like you really need someone who knows exactly what you're trying to do, and that's tough to find that person.
Right, someone that can get out every little note, every little movement on the guitar and stuff like that.
Yeah, without sacrificing emotion and feeling and heaviness or whatever part you're trying to go for.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to get deeper into production and stuff on this album, but I just wanted to start out with like setting the stage, you know what I mean? So you dropped all this stuff, you had the 4-year break, and now you're back with your sophomore album, sophomore full length, Cardinal. What's different this time around? I guess you kind of said already, because you took longer writing and stuff like that, sort of.
Yeah.
But,
No, it was different. It felt
stylistically
different. I think. I don't know about you guys. It felt like a different process. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, what I almost like about it is that the songs are almost. It's a weird sort of yin and yang that we have now, where they're more mature sounding, and yet our songs almost sound way more angsty. It sounds like Cardinal is, you know, that first like really punk hardcore album from one of your favorite bands that you just wish they would go back to that sound. I feel like we captured that, and that's what we were trying to capture with Cascading Home, and we never did. And that's what I think is really cool about it.
This is the
one of
first
the
time
best responses I've ever gotten to that question. Like, people usually say, "Oh, we just worked harder on it." You know what I mean? So that is a really, really good, thoughtful response.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I booked some Airbnbs this time around too. Like you get so busy the older you get. We like had to like lock down a couple weekends just in a house together and just like get stuff done. It's the first time we've really done that. I think we got a lot of work done in a different way that we've never done before too. I think that definitely shaped the sound of the record.
Yeah, and it's cool, and it gives me confidence because I still feel as if, because we only did that for 2 weekends, and I still feel like we fucked around a lot. So I think if we do it again, I hopefully, knock on fucking wood, it will make an even better album. So
I was gonna say, like, I think if we didn't decide to do the full length, we probably would have came out with some stuff beforehand.
Yeah.
But like once we decided this was gonna be a full length again, then it like really had to lock in.
Yeah, it went fast.
True.
It went from like a single, we're like maybe 2, and then we're like we're doing a full length. That I feel like that happened fast.
Yeah,
cool.
and that might have also, that definitely delayed it probably by another year, but it obviously was for the best. And I think there was a long time. I mean, Joe's very adamant about full lengths, and I think at first none of us, the other 3 of us, really weren't. But I'm very happy we did. I think just the song structures and the length of the songs. It's a lot of short songs, so I think we needed it as a full length to really capture where we're at currently.
It just has more staying power, I think, a full-length album, if it really resonates with someone. Or EPs are good. I like the EPs we've done.
Mm-hmm.
I like, I think Shortfalls is still sick, but I think just a full-length, you get more of the band to get like kind of immersed in. Sometimes you guys put the big boy pants on and do it, put the work and time in. And I'm glad we were able to, for sure. So.
Full lengths also get way more coverage than EPs do. Like, honestly, I like writing EPs and stuff a lot more because it's like this quick thing, but an album, like a lot of places won't even touch or ever cover it and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of labels too don't give a shit if it's an EP, because how do they sell it really? You could do vinyl kind of, but you're not charging as much as you would if it was 10 or 11 songs. So
Program in chat. Program. I'm not really sure how to say the name. Says I would like to listen to some Upstairs and Cascading Home songs live because I've been listening to you guys forever.
Cool.
Long time.
Oh,
Sorry.
I think that's Prague me.
Oh yeah, it's our number one
She's
fan.
awesome. She's the best.
We always
We-
play
we
one
played-
off upstairs.
I love upstairs. I would play as many off upstairs as possible. We got bad blood with one of our own albums.
Yeah.
Cascading Homes, like we have a bad feeling about that.
I wasn't sure we were going to be a band for a little bit after. We were very confident on it.
Really?
We were
Wow,
also-
is that bad? Holy crap!
I don't know. It definitely took the wind out.
We turned on each other.
Dude, yeah, it got pretty bad. And we're all like 24, 23 at that point in time. And I don't know. We all had this like very high expectation of it. Hey, Lipsa. And then it like did it.
All right, wait, they saw you. Wait, just wait a minute.
I don't know. I was starting teaching and I was like, yeah, Cascading Home is going to come out. I can like tour. And then like, I think it just didn't meet our expectations. And I think writing it, we were high off our own shit too much. I don't know if you guys would agree. We didn't refine it as much. We're like everything after that, we've been like, nah, cut this. We're stupid. We suck. Cut this. We suck, So
We do suck. So we have that internally always, right? Which is a very important part of this band.
yeah,
You
it
have to
is.
understand.
It's definitely good to stay humble, but you're pretty fucking good, actually. So,
Thank you, Chris. Thanks.
Yeah.
So, why call it Cardinal? And what's with the Cardinal on the cover?
So we're
Actually,
going to
it's a good time
name.
talk about the art in general. Let me put the art up on the screen while we're talking. Anyway,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, for the song, like for the album, we were gonna name one song Cardinal. And it's actually the song called Vagrant. We were thinking about naming it Cardinal, but then I liked the name Cardinal for the whole album. Just because it's like it has that symbol, it symbolizes like a loved one passing type of thing. It kind of like comes back to you. And there's a lot of songs on the album that deal with that sort of thing. Specifically, Vagrant is like a pretty heavy. It's about my mom passing, so I was gonna do Cardinal for that for her, and then it was just like I don't know. It felt like it was a cooler album name than just the song name.
I've never heard people relate cardinals to like death and stuff like that. Is that a thing?
Definitely, yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
At least when we Google
yeah.
it was.
Yes.
No, it definitely is. You hear that a lot about like when you see a cardinal, it's supposed to be
Right.
the person or a symbol of the person that's passed and checking on you or something like that.
Yeah, and it kind of
Interesting.
inadvertently, I think they're including Vagrant. There's maybe 3 or 4 other songs that just kind of deal with death and like mourning and acceptance of it, which is kind of nuts because it's not like we set out to do that. But it was cool because our lyrics have just kind of really came to a head, I think, on this album. And and a lot of it is also due to Randy, our engineer and our producer. He wouldn't let any just throwaway lines make it onto the album. So everything had to have some sort of tie-in or meaning. So that was pretty sweet.
Huh. Interesting. It's nice to have someone that can just like push you.
Yeah. Did that with guitars too. I mean, every instrument I think he did that with, including vocals.
And nothing was allowed to slip, which was great. You had to really play everything good and write and not make noise on your guitar, which is tough to do when you're playing, some stuff that has a lot going on. It's tough to think about every note and not all the notes you're playing, right? And he definitely makes you do that. It's great.
So who did the art?
The dude's name is Stephen Kingscott. I found him through he did artwork for a band from UK called Svalbard or something, and I saw it on a Brooklyn Vegan article. And the other artwork he did was really sick, so I tried to track him down, and I couldn't. He's very off the grid. So I found his LinkedIn, and I was like, I'm not fucking making a LinkedIn to message this guy. And then eventually I found him on Facebook, and I was like, do you do album art? And he was like, yeah, sometimes I don't really promote it, but I'll do your album art. And then he did it, and I'm really happy with how it came out. I like his
That's
stuff
cool.
a lot.
So you have
Yeah,
all the social
phenomenal.
media stuff, but you will not be on LinkedIn. Like that's just where you draw the line, right?
Dude, it's
Joe
actually
thinks you have
funny.
to put a picture of him in a suit in just to be on the LinkedIn.
Yeah. So I back when I was trying to get a job right out of college, I put choke artist on my resume because I just needed to fill up space. And I was thinking like if I could have anyone as a reference, I just needed to know that person. So I just made it Joe.
I would have talked you up.
I know.
He's a great intern.
So what genre do you guys consider yourselves?
Ooh.
So, well, the term I've been hearing, I spoke to the band Pulses recently, and we were saying progressive post-hardcore because it's, it doesn't fit in the box of like post-hardcore from like the 2010s, or maybe it does. I don't know. Or we're like a shreddy pop punk math rock band that plays breakdowns. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys
Feels like the post-hardcore pop punk mix somehow, and the mathy mix seems to be the most. I don't know.
No, it's hard to categorize y'all's music. I saw on Bandcamp y'all called yourselves post-hardcore. I was thinking post-mathcore because you're like got this crazy shit going, but you're like still post-hardcore.
Yeah, you don't really hear mathcore being thrown around a lot. I mean, what is? I guess that's like
pretty
Dillinger,
cool.
like early Dillinger.
Yeah, like Dillinger. Number 12 looks like you, stuff like
Oh shit! Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
scene for that. I think because we're kind of poppier. That's where I'm not sure if we resonate with people who are into stuff like that. It's more almost
Every
like,
time there's a genre that we somewhat fit into, there's something that we do that pushes us out of it. So
Yes.
it's like, okay,
Yes.
like we're not hardcore enough to be hardcore, but we scream and we love that hardcore, and we're not pop punk enough to be like just a punk band, but we love hardcore punk and we like post hardcore. That's kind of like where we ramble. We're not really sounding like those bands who are really in that mesh. So
we end up playing a lot of math rock shows, and a lot of times we'll be the only band with vocals, and our vocals are screamy sometimes. So it's odd. It's like we're a stepchild of all these genres. It's a little weird. Yeah.
That's a great way to put it.
Well, I think it's good that you are like as original as y'all are. Like that's your like people could listen to a song and be like, oh, that's in Angles. You know what I mean? Not get mixed up with other bands and stuff. You're not trying to copy somebody or whatever. Nick, we lost your video, by the way. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Nick.
What are the big influences going into the sound?
I mean, I feel like of late, the last few years, I've kind of only been listening to hardcore stuff, and like I don't even really know. Like way back when we first started, I think me and Nick were obsessed with early Chan stuff, like the early heavier Chan, and some of like the later things, but that was like a big reason why we even started, to be honest. And like older post-hardcore stuff was huge, but like, I love Counterparts, Knocked Loose, and like going back a little bit, Misery Signals is definitely big for us.
I hear a lot of Counterparts in the way that you guys have been writing lately. So there's a lot of because they get pretty mathy too. Almost like at least their first two albums do. So I could see that being
the melodic, like hardcore, technical aspect. Yeah, that I think mixed with like I would say the TTNG, This Town Needs Guns, like their tuning inspired a lot of our stuff because you guys started playing in a similar tuning, and I don't know, maybe like pop punk too, but I don't know what.
Oh, for sure.
Pop punk, like Story So Far, I know we listened to a lot.
Yeah, Story So Far was probably the one pop punk band we all agree on that we really enjoy.
Yeah, Rufio.
I mean, I love Rufio. Yeah, Rufio.
Yeah, Rufio's sick.
I was obsessed with Rufio when I was younger. I know Nick was too. That's like one of the reasons why I started playing guitar. period was because of that band.
Yeah.
4 Year Strong was big. We also we all like old school Blink stuff too. Yeah.
All that stuff makes sense. Like you can actually hear a lot of that stuff going on in y'all's sound. I don't know if one of y'all maybe has a phone free where you could text Nick and see what's up with him. I'm not sure if he could even hear us at this point.
Yeah, I think he might be. Is he gone?
I mean, he's on the thing, but he's not.
Did he quit the band?
I think he did live on the Cascading Home.
So I got Chonks Barkley in chat asking, "What about grown-ups?" I don't think we mentioned it, but I don't know if you guys. Okay, so it is a thing with you. Okay. What's
yeah,
up?
I love grown-ups, dude. They first of all, that movie with Adam Sandler is amazing.
Oh, is it not about the movie? Dude, that's the only thing I knew. It's the only thing I knew.
No, they're actually they're a band. They're a band from Chicago. Probably 10 years ago, they came out with an awesome LP called More Songs. That was a big influence of my band previous to An Angle. It's called County Drop. So the other guitarist, Kwan, and we really just loved that they would write just very pull-offy, riffy songs, but with a very cleanish tone. So we would incorporate a lot of that into what we wrote. I know Joe's familiar with them. I don't know if that's a huge influence on Tom and Nick, but
I remember you showed me they have clean fast parts.
Yeah, they have a lot of
parts.
clean. Yeah, a lot of clean punk parts,
pretty cool.
Which is pretty sweet. I've been told my vocals sound like that guy too, which is, I guess that's cool. That's about it.
Chonks says it's a pop punk riff salad.
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh,
that's fair. It's funny. It's funny, actually crazy, because I thought about them recently and I looked them up on Instagram to see what those guys were up to, because I thought, any band they're a part of now would be sick. And the drummer was honestly the best part of the band. He was so just on point. And now he makes weird portraits and takes a lot of selfies on Instagram. And I thought it was just weird. It was just kind of trippy to revisit something 10 years later and they're doing something totally different from what you remember them doing. But no more grown-ups, they're fucking gone. We're still here.
So we were talking a little bit about lyrics earlier. Figure we dive into it. Your lyrics are a lot like Circle Takes the Square to me, and that they're beautiful as hell, lots of awesome imagery and stuff, but the metaphors just go right over my head. You're talking about there being a lot of death and stuff like that you were writing about. What's the main idea for the album?
Yeah, I guess dealing with the fact that you might not live up to some expectations you have, type of thing, and that kind of sitting with yourself, that motivating you to try and do things, or whether that breaks you down, but really just that fear of not meeting whatever expectation you set for yourself. Whether that has to do with someone losing someone that's really close to you helps, get you to do some things that you enjoy, or a relationship ending, those kinds of things.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it also speaks to, the first album, you have to think of where we were in life too. We're in our mid-20s for Cascading Home, all single and just still living our lives and figuring out what we're going to do. So I think the lyrics were a little more angsty back then, a lot of songs about girls and whatnot. But now we're in our early 30s and, this is when relatives pass away. This is when people move away and you're just kind of going through life. And now you have figured out who you are, but maybe you're like, oh shit, this is it. So I find a lot of that on the album. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And Vessel was a really crazy song. I wrote a lot of the lyrics for Vessel, and that I thought that wasn't about anyone in particular. It was just I was taking a lot of liquid mushrooms for a couple months, and I watching a lot of David Icke videos. He's a pretty crazy conspiracy theorist, and he had a line that actually said when he watched his mom get buried at her funeral, he was overcome with this crazy emotion and this thought that, oh, she's fine, like her body is just a vessel, and it goes. So I totally stole the fucking line, but her body's just like a vessel, and she's being taken to somewhere where I'm going to meet her again. I just thought that was nuts, and I was also tripping, and so I wrote the lyrics down, and it was pretty cool.
That's cool. Did you like take mushrooms and stuff so that you would write better music, or what?
No, I took it so I would just trip.
Okay, I got you.
Those Airbnb weekends, we were all pretty.
Yeah.
Besides Nick,
There was the one weekend in particular where me and Brian like just nailed Vessel.
Yeah.
I specifically remember was all jacked up on those drops.
Yeah.
We had a couple to drink too, and I like walked outside to listen to it for the first time.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I was in like heaven.
Yeah.
This is the best thing we've ever made.
I know.
Like,
yeah. And it's nuts because whenever I don't take them often, but when I do, I always feel like when you come to the realization, like, oh, I am tripping again, it's almost as if you pick up right where you left off. And when Tom heard Vessel the same way that I heard it in my head when I was tripping, when I wrote those lyrics, it's like, yes, like now we're on the same wavelength. It was like, it's almost insane. Like it makes it, you feel like an insane person the next day. Like,
It was sick though. That was
Yeah.
that was the first song we finished. Like
Yes. Yeah.
everything, all the instruments were
Yeah.
done on one track, and we listened to it. We're like, oh shit, maybe this record's actually going to be decent.
yeah,
I agree.
that's a very good point. When that one got done, I think we all
Kicked us
were
in
like,
the ass.
"Oh shit,
Yeah.
we got something here." Because that was one that like wrote itself. Like some of them just fucking boop. There's a song, and that was like one of them. So that was like, fuck, thank God.
And now, even now, that's like one of the top songs played off that record. So it's cool to see that happen.
Dude, that's awesome. That's a beautiful story too. It gets me
Thanks.
motivated to like start writing and shit again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Writing or take liquid shrooms. What's the inspiration?
So this was engineered, mixed and mastered, and produced by Randy LaBouffe. I've heard the name before. I'm not quite sure where. But so he did everything with you guys then.
man,
Yeah.
he even did mushrooms with us. Honestly,
Oh, he did. That's right.
Randy does a lot of.
Couple drops.
Randy's I would say like the head engineer at graphic design studios where he works. So if you heard him before, it's probably just from in that context. He's done a lot of great hardcore records, a lot of records you probably listen to for sure.
Yeah, that Chamber album is amazing. That he did.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
He did Counterparts.
Boundaries, yeah, Chamber, Left Behind, Kubla Khan, he does.
Yeah, Kubla Khan he does.
Fucking Dying
He
Wish.
did Acacia Strain.
He did the last Acacia Strain thing. He does like shit that's like way heavier than us, so we weren't sure like how it would be going to him. But he also like plays in a band called Tradewind, and he makes a lot of ambient and like indie stuff too. So like we gelled really well with like working with him. So it was cool.
Well, he did really good. Like the production's amazing. Like I don't think he could have gotten it much better. Honestly, like it's
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how we
He's the
did,
best.
but to put
He
Joe's
is the best.
like statement into context, like we felt like pussies, like coming in there, like we just are not. The band before us to play was called Take Life, like a huge heart, like a very super heavy band. It's just like, and then we're in there like singing like these melodies and riffs and stuff. But it's just we just felt like we're just babies here.
Yeah. We were recording the same time as See You Space Cowboy was upstairs at the studio.
Yeah.
There's like two separate like operating floors for bands, but they were actually really nice. So
Very cool. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. What was it?
They were also recording, like while we were just finishing up, they were doing, I think, the drums for End, the band End.
Billy Reimer was there, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit,
yeah.
that's crazy,
Fucking
dude.
Billy Reimer was. It's out. Wait,
Oh yeah, dude, you
now that
probably
he's playing drums for End, right? Yeah.
he was recording. I mean, he was
Yeah. Yeah. He's playing live with them. Yeah. Yeah. But
Cool.
dude, so Chris, I'm virtually teaching because I was like going from work and then I had like an hour break. I would go to the studio, then I would teach at the studio. So I had like the side room where we're on the bottom floor. I was like doing virtual violin lessons with like 8 and 9-year-olds. Billy Reimer's playing drums upstairs. And it sounds like cannons are going off and like the building's collapsing. It was just fucking insane.
Dude, that's insane.
it sounds so good. Like even just hearing him play, like in a room, like there's something something different about the way he's playing the drums. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Yeah.
So did y'all have to like go somewhere and like see y'all stayed in like a hotel or something like that, or?
No, we're close enough to the studio where we could just
we
drive.
all live right by. We all live pretty close to Belleville.
It's in northern Jersey. Right by New York.
45 minutes to an hour. About the weekend I did drums, I slept there because I knew I was gonna like be beat up, and I was like, let me just sleep here so I could wake up and drum again. But besides that, we went home.
How long did it take to get it all like recorded and stuff like that? How long were y'all dealing with the studio?
Long time.
Month.
That was a month.
Really?
Yeah,
A month straight, like every day. We've never done that before. We've never completely been in the studio every day for that long, and it's awesome.
Yeah, at least
I'd
one
say-
person
Sure, yeah.
there.
Yeah, you're engulfed in it. It's everything. It's awesome.
10 days was pre-pro, maybe a week, 7 to 10 days. So what we did before we got there, I tabbed all their drums out MIDI, and then Randy made Nick and Tom demo all their guitar parts. So they had to get it fucking clean for the demo, and then they had to get a good take again.
Dude, and the bass.
Track the
Yeah,
song.
I
And
demoed
bass,
all the bass too, which
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be able to skip, but I'm glad I didn't though. That actually was helpful.
And those demos were
Yeah.
probably like good enough to release. Like they were sick. Like the
Yeah,
sound
yeah.
quality. It's
They
amazing.
sounded pretty
You
nutty.
did the demos. You had to do the demos real good on guitar so that you could forget them
Forget them.
when you went to go play
Yeah,
the actual album. So
A lot of
you forgot all
the second
it's like a different
second
guy.
guitars or leads. Tom and I write. We do like the last thing we do. So a lot of it's like we write there almost, and it's like you forget it right away. You're like, all right, I got to replay this thing. It's
Why did they make
Tough.
y'all demo first and then do a real recording later?
I think it was his
more
way
so
of
for
hearing the
free.
songs for
Yeah.
perfectly and like laid out. And we were also changing structure there if we had to.
Yeah.
But he'd had the demos pulled up where we can always, pull from it what we played. And that was our chance to change things, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
good for him to get a feel of the songs. That's why he had such good input, and on top of that, he listened to our real demos, the ones that had vocals on it. So, so it's good. It's almost like just having a fifth member of the band, with this level of input. It's pretty wild.
You're right, though, because if you think about it, like a normal process, I would think is like the engineers hearing the song as a demo. If you made one, then maybe they're hearing you live play it, and then you're starting to record. So the pre-production demo is his way of like opening the hood. He can see everybody's parts, how they're played. We could talk about why they're played, and he knows everything about what we're trying to do at that point.
Yeah, and the MIDI drums help because he could literally copy and paste almost new parts or new ideas.
Yeah, we changed parts.
Right.
Which I would have never done, but he was like, what if you do this here? And we did it at least like 3 or 4 times, and we like restructured 1 or 2 songs for the better. So it was helpful for sure.
Hell yeah, man. Brian, are you trying to like instigate a fight in my chat? What's going on?
No, this guy was talking about fights. He had to go fight for his post. I am instigating a fight between Tom and Nick. If you look above that, I said everyone in the chat, who is better at guitar? Tom equals 1, Nick equals 2. We only got 1 vote for Tom. I guess you win. It's a shutout.
Yeah, dude.
So you guys did a music video for Dead Era. I'm gonna go ahead and play that while we talk about it a little bit. Let me get that up. I totally forgot to turn the volume on it. It would be really loud. Boom. Alrighty. So whose idea was it for the video?
I think Brian. Brian had a lot of the animal masks. We knew we wanted to do something on the farm, Nick's farm. So
Nick lives on
Just like in a field open. That was kind of the base idea, and we stemmed off of that. And then the lights behind us was our main idea, and something live, right? We just kind of just we're the band we are. We're just playing.
yeah, we're not good at
Live, you know?
storylines. We're fucking. I can't act in a video. Like, what are we gonna do? So Tom was even saying too, like simple fucking feel. We kind of all
Yeah,
brainstormed.
the whole thing was my idea. The whole thing was that was the whole, yeah.
I
So
will say I had like no input for it. I was like whatever
playing
makes-
in the dark. I wanted it to be like super cold so you could see
that. Yeah.
That
like,
would be
your
sick.
breath, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what I really wanted, and it was still cold as fuck, but
It was cold.
not cold enough.
But this is literally like I'm at my house. So like these houses behind the field are like my neighbors, and we're playing like
Yeah.
we're playing full band live. I'm like, we probably have 3 more takes before the cops come. So we literally were every take we were hoping that like the cops wouldn't come to the house. But it was cool. It
So
was fun.
you own a farm or what's up?
Yeah, it's just a lot of land, it's a farm, and like I was like, this is the perfect spot to do it. So, yeah, we just as soon as the sun went down, we just set up our full instruments and drums full, amps full, and played.
What's up with the masks?
I don't know.
We worship the devil on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so
On
we just kept
Tuesdays.
in that.
Okay, gotcha. Devil worship right after the video. You're just getting set up. I like it.
Yeah, I found them on Amazon, or I found them on some kind of weird costume website, and it added a different element to it, I guess. We were just calling them the Cult when we were filming it, so we did takes where the Cult was just being filmed, and I don't know, it seems deeper than it is. It's just we invited, like, my fucking wife and Joe's girlfriend, 2 of our friends came and wore the masks and stood around and ate pizza.
Well, I think this is a really cool video, honestly. I'm not a big fan
I
of
love it.
performance
Yeah, yeah,
videos, but this one, I don't know what it is. Like, it's just prettier, I guess. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but this one's really engaging.
Yeah, he killed it.
Chris did a good job. Yeah.
Yeah, what's his last name? Joe? Chris
Kunachuk. He does a lot of
Kunachuk. Yeah.
Jersey-based bands.
He's great. All his videos look very, very good.
You said he does stuff for Choke Artist, or?
No, just other bands in New Jersey. He's done a lot of
Okay.
stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Oh yeah, sick video.
So
guys.
the masks were like about something looming, and this was also like all my idea. The whole thing.
Anything
About something
good.
looming.
In the distance.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got a random question here. We ask everybody, what do you put on
Yeah.
your hot dogs?
Oh, damn.
I think relish is underappreciated in 2022. but
Dude,
that is
agreed.
a solid choice. Yeah,
Hard agree.
relish and mustard.
I don't know if I've ever had relish. I'm not even gonna lie.
Fucking
Have you
good.
not had relish?
I've had sauerkraut. Relish is a separate thing.
Yeah, man, it's like
Yeah.
pickles.
Mhm.
It's got pig. Oh, I don't like pickles. You put pickles on hot
Hey.
dogs? Wow, that's
Yeah,
wild.
Yeah, man.
You gotta just do mustard. If you
Mustard
do
has to be
mustard
on there.
and
Mustard has to
ketchup.
be.
Mustard's
Ketchup
good.
does not belong on a hot dog.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I
It's
thought
an
that you
issue
were
for me.
gonna be a ketchup advocate for a second, and I was just gonna like kick you off.
No.
I
No,
fucking
no.
I hate ketchup in all instances, dude. I
Cannot
just think it's gross.
stand ketchup.
It's
It's
too
just
sweet.
sugary.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's sugary and just nasty.
Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, we're all in
Yeah.
agreement here. Okay.
Unless you're having like a crazy dog, with like
A crazy
kind of
what?
like salt. A
Crazy
crazy
dog?
dog? With like a whole bunch of shit on it.
Yo, fucking
God.
Destination Dogs.
Yeah.
Destination dog.
Dude, Destination Dogs is so good. I
There's
fucking
this place
can't
by
believe
us,
it.
Chris. They like
Yeah.
pimp out hot dogs. I get the turkey dog with chipotle mayo, chipotle vegan mayo, scallions, avocado. Fucking boom. Perfect.
I forgot about
Oh
that
yeah,
spot.
man. The thing that I like with a hot dog is vegan mayo. I'm sorry. It's just a weird way to phrase it, but no, it sounds sick,
Vegan
man.
mayo. What's in mayo that's not vegan?
Egg.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was a plant, ground mustard. You just grow the mustard and
Oh,
crush
wow.
it up. And
They're still open, huh? They're kicking Destination Dogs.
Yeah,
Let's
they're still around.
That's
Yeah.
I
awesome.
am pumped for a hot dog. Like that first hot dog of like summer is just the best thing.
What is it? Do you guys know that stat? Hot dogs take off X amount of hours of your life with everyone you eat.
Wait,
Yeah,
Yeah,
really?
something like that.
Yeah.
No way.
What?
Kill you. Let's see. Google hot dogs kill you. Can
They
hot
say
dogs
you can
kill
have
you?
like one a year and be okay or
Jamie,
something.
get that up.
Eat,
Get
eat.
that
Buzzkill of a study suggests that eating one hot dog can take 35 minutes off your life, and this was a couple.
Oh, that's fine. That's good. I think actually.
But if you think about it, like the last
Yeah, and the last
one-
30 minutes of your life sucks, dude. You're
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
shitting your pants.
probably the last like 500 minutes of your life blow. So
Yeah,
you're
dude.
better off.
He's like a fair trade. I like it.
Yeah.
Your husband has 30 minutes left, but he had a couple hot dogs, so
Yes.
he's gonna go now.
20 seconds.
What if you eat a hot dog when you're dying? You're just dead.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. You're about to
What?
die, and then it's just
Yeah.
like,
On hospice,
You
just
become the hot
every
dog.
day.
How many people die a year eating hot dogs?
A lot,
While
I
eating
would
hot
imagine. A lot of people die from coconuts hitting their heads. Imagine hot dogs, dude, every fucking day.
Really?
Yeah. Coconuts falling from
coconuts are
trees.
the killers, man. Like, they'll get you.
Coconut deaths per year, 150 people worldwide each year. Coconuts. What do we? Let's talk about facts.
Wow.
I'm Jamie from
Fucking
fucking
Snapple
Florida.
Jamie, can you?
Yeah, Jamie,
get
pull
that?
this up.
Can you get that up? Can you just
Jamie,
get it
pull
up?
up Monkey playing guitar, please. All right.
Chonk said sick GNL. Thanks, dude. I love my GNL. I've had it for a while.
Are you Chonks Barkley, Nick?
Maybe.
So all of your stuff's been released through Choke Artists. I'm assuming these are like back catalog stuff that's been released, or is it? Are you just putting the audio up on Choke Artists? Because it's like your early stuff is up there too.
For what do you mean, like digital or
angles.
I guess it's
Oh.
digital stuff. Yeah, for in angles.
for an angles? Nick and Tom, when we did upstairs, they were like, "Can we put the Choke Artist logo on the back of the CD?" So that's like as far as it being released through Choke Artist, that's all I did.
Okay.
I was like,
And they didn't pay you. Oh my god, dude. And with inflation, the way it is, they owe you at least $175.
yeah.
But it makes it look way more professional. So.
Oh, yeah,
that's
it's-
fucking-
Yeah,
the logo.
they just wanted to be endorsed. They wanted to feel like they were part of something, and we are now. You know,
Yeah.
this is what DIY is. Everyone like wants to get in on something, then they're there and they're like, "Wait, this is it? Like this sucks. What are we doing?" But no,
Yeah.
Cascading Home was co-released with Esk Records, which was Kurt Travis's label that he ran for a bit. We did that with him. Kurt took us out on tour once too. And but then after that, we've just done everything ourselves. This new one was supposed to be through a label called Sun Eater Records, and then it became Cloud Eater Records, and they basically dissolved as we were doing it. And they're all like fucking 19 and 20, and like dude, it was such a nightmare. I didn't even explain to the band how much it sucked, like trying to coordinate a co-release with fucking like 3 20-year-olds who like, you know, no disrespect to 20-year-olds, but they were like all roommates, and they're like, they called me one day like, "Hey man, label's got to take a break. We're really mad at our one partner. He's not doing his chores around the house. He's not taking care of his cat. He's never home." And I was like, "Dude, I'm too fucking old. I'm too old to give a shit. I'm sorry, dude."
He's not taking care of his cat. What the fuck?
Dude, it was
Yeah.
I was excited. I was like, okay, a co-release. We don't have to spend as much money on vinyl. It'll be someone else pushing us. You know, the label Sun Eater had like a following with like for like emo bands, and we're like borderline emo-ish at times, I guess. But like, it was such a fucking dude. It sucked, honestly. So it's just all Choke Artists. Until anything else comes along that makes sense, it will just be Choke Artists. So
Yeah, we killed the cat. We said we're even, and then that was it. We're kind of moving on.
That was the sacrifice that night for the Satan worship.
Yeah, we're like it's straight off.
Yep.
Joe, is there any weird things you have to go through being like the label head and being in the band, or how does that work
I
out?
thought that was going to be a Crohn's question.
I was excited actually.
my diet's very strange. No, I guess it's just like getting everyone on the same page. But as far as like what Choke Artist does, like I'm doing all the plant stuff. So like I coordinate the pressing through the plant. I'm in the band, so I'm taking way less of a cut than I would. So I feel like I'm just getting fucked on every end from being in the band. never got my $50. You know, I'm booking a tour for us. So that's like, I would book a tour for us anyway, but I feel like since I'm putting out the record,
Yeah,
it's weird saying I'm putting out our record. But Liddy, Brian's been like a day one choke artist, like really helped when we were doing it in New Brunswick, because choke artist started like when we were all in New Brunswick in the basement show scene. So it's like, you know, we're all just fucking, this is the squad. So it just feels like,
do you remember when we went out to that business dinner with that guy and he ended up stealing the idea? He like stole the logo. It was like, it was out of a movie. It was almost too ridiculous. Couldn't believe it was happening. We go out to dinner with this expensive place. And Joe, this guy just liked the logo.
I didn't hear this story.
I don't think you ever have this like Middle Eastern dude, random guy who was wearing like
Facebook.
Yeah, he's like wearing pinky rings and shit. And he brought some just hot girl just to sit with him for no reason. She just sat there just to sit there. And Joe just explained, and it was just weird while it was happening. And Joe explained what choke artist is. And then a couple of weeks later, he put out something similar online. It was basically the same logo with the
he took it 100%.
Yeah, he took the logo and then it just dissolved. It just went nowhere.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
It was crazy, dude.
And that was like 2012, 2013.
Yeah, I was like, and I was like, I'm just gonna put out CDs and run shows. What are we doing with the meeting? And Lex was there. Alexa, Adam and Chuck, who's a girl that was around in New Brunswick, and it's like she works like music industry jobs now, but she was like, here are the optics you should have for Facebook engagement, and here are goals for 60. And I'm like, I can't fucking do this. I don't know. I'm just gonna put out CDs and run shows. But if you're looking to steal a choke artist logo, none of it is copyrighted or trademarked. I'm Italian. I don't believe in that stuff. Don't do your taxes. Don't trust the banks. Keep your money under the mattress. So go ahead, have at it. It's your burden now. Steal the logo, then you have to do all the fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal it, and it's gonna be like this.
Logo's sick though.
So you were talking about booking a tour. That was actually gonna be the next thing we're gonna talk about. So you guys are going on tour then?
Yeah. So April, we're doing a 4-day weekender. Brooklyn, starting in New Brunswick. So Jersey, Brooklyn, Long Island. We're playing with Cat Bamboo. They're like an instrumental guitar band. Before. Yeah, they're good. And Connecticut, so like just close to home. And then in June, we didn't announce it yet, but we're going out with the band Snooze from Chicago.
Sheesh! All right,
choke artist band. Yeah, choke artist band. So that'll be fun. It's like 12 days. It's East Coast, Midwest. So not making it down your way. Sorry.
Yeah. Next time, or maybe I'll make it up there, and then we could.
Yeah, please.
We will soon. Texas
we gotta get back to Texas. We gotta fucking redeem ourselves.
Redeem yourselves. What happened in Texas?
We'll save it for the worst show you've ever played.
Oh, that's kind of where we're at now. It was gonna be best first, but you brought it up the worst first, so let's do the worst one.
So many, you know.
Because we're like a post-hardcore band, and everyone's like, you guys got to make it down to Texas. There's a great scene for that. A lot of the post-hardcore scene is through booking agents. I don't want to say nepotism, but like I'll definitely say booking agents helping out the friends that they work with and like hooking it up. And that's how, that's fine. But we're, again, choke artists. It's a fucking DIY thing. So I booked us shows. We played 4 shows in Texas. One of them was sick in McAllen, Texas. It was a very cool show.
It's a good show. Oh wow, I thought this would be really bad. I kind of thought
it was a really good show. Dude. It was sick.
This dude Carter, we had an off day, and this dude Carter, who runs Honest Booking, I think it's called down there, and he books like post-hardcore and like hardcore shows. He's like, dude, let me book you on your off day. So we made the drive down to McAllen, which is where it was like the same time they were having that like those fucking
border crisis.
Yeah, the border crisis stuff. Like
there's always a border crisis.
Yeah. So we hit a checkpoint on the way down. The dogs
ran out of gas. Too.
Oh yes, we did.
We had to turn around. I coasted into the gas station.
Yeah. Yes. We actually lost gas. completely at the gas.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Rolls into
hit the
the
gas
fucking
pedal
gas.
and nothing happens?
Yeah, it's a
fucking
freaky
crazy.
feeling.
That's
Yeah.
That's
insane.
crazy, dude.
But we
What the
were
fuck?
made it. That's nuts.
I don't
I
know.
I
coasted.
forgot that happened.
Yeah, me too. I coasted into the state gas station. Yeah, we turned around, going to
That
the counter.
show, yeah, that show was cool. Those guys were nice, man. Those guys
That show
were
was sick.
great.
Everything else in
Yeah.
Texas, I think I didn't book it good, and we're still not super well known now. But I would argue we were less well known because it was before shortfalls.
Yeah,
So-
we screwed
Oh
ourselves.
wow, yeah, shit. But the worst show was in Denton.
Denton,
Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, at what was the place y'all played at?
It's like a house show.
Okay, there's a place called Killer's Tacos. It looks like a house. Is that one that you're thinking of?
Nah.
No, we were
This
just
was
at
a
house
legit house.
show.
the driveway.
It was just like a house show vibe where no one watched our set. Like there was a lot of people there. They were all having a great
Yeah,
time.
dude, we were very excited because it was packed and it was just in a house and we were just playing in some side room but the band before us killed it and so many people were there and then I guess they were all friends with that band who killed it and they all left.
That sucks. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's hard because we were so far across the country. And dude, fucking a month after that tour, we got at least 2 comments like, "Come to Texas ASAP," and it's like, no, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, that pisses you off, dude, because we do have to put a lot on hold and put a lot aside to go on tour. And I mean, I don't do it. It doesn't really matter in the long run, but it is just annoying, you know.
It's just how it is, man.
Yeah, I think like the
so-
first time out is not going to be super great for anybody. You know what I mean?
I still think if we could hit Texas again, there's a chance with it. Like a month later, someone would be like, "Come to Texas." I think it's just,
yeah.
I do the same thing though. Sometimes
It's gonna
I'll see
be the
online
thing, yeah.
like a band post a tour, and I'm like,
That's
"Fuck!"
true.
I just saw it, and like last week they played like in Jersey. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Mhm.
It's just hard, you know.
Yeah.
there's so
life.
much going on out there. So
Texas is big, man. We spent like 5 days just driving around Texas. Like,
It's big.
insane.
We do a lot of shows here.
It's
yeah.
as big as Ukraine. Put that in perspective.
Whoa.
Not anymore.
Taking a right turn right here.
What podcast is this?
It's the one that ends creation. It makes sense, dude.
Anybody else have any good worst shows?
Any good worst shows? We always laugh, dude, because it seems like every show we play, someone's like, "Dude, I mean, last night was insane. I don't know why you guys weren't here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
last night's show was sick, dude." Or like down the street is like this crazy show, man. Why didn't you guys play there? It's like everywhere we go, it's always like that. It's funny.
There was one show in Florida that was pretty bad. We played some like art house thing, and I remember afterwards Tom was very upset, and we met. And that's when we went, and we ended up going to Denny's or something, and we met Vic from Pharaoh Lux there. And we're just
I don't remember that
dude,
show."
this fucking touring thing is just bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was rough. That was a rough one.
And I felt like I know this wasn't what was happening, but I know like Tom was very upset and not talking. And then Joe like walks in the car like, "Oh, so where are we going?" And I almost had to work as the interpreter, like when someone's interpreting languages between two people. I'm like, "Yeah, Tom, Tom was just saying he doesn't really like these shows we're playing." It was just sort of the mediator. It was very funny, but I don't know what it was about that show that sucked so bad. But I think I just remember that moment after. So the show must have sucked pretty bad.
I think, dude, because we like, I forget which one it was, but it felt like, okay, when we get into Florida, like, it's gonna be great.
Panama
And we
City.
get to, when we get to that's the best. We get to Fort Lauderdale, it's gonna be great. And we got there and it's not great.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it just like
That Orlando show was Orlando was actually always sick for us.
Orlando.
Every time we play in
is
Orlando,
great. Orlando
was a lot of fun every
Yes.
it
time.
was so sick.
Yes.
Even like, because it doesn't take a lot for us to have a good show. Like, remember we played Jacksonville and there was like 12 people there, but 7 of them loved in angles and were singing the third.
Yeah, in
Like,
that
that
little,
was
that tiny bar, that tiny,
yeah, like we
kinda
don't have
goth
high
bar.
standards.
Yeah.
But I think
No,
that
definitely not.
Fort
Definitely
Lauderdale
not.
show, it was an art gallery with very bad sound.
Yes.
And 3 people watched us from across the room, and then 2 people just sat down at a table next to us while we played. The vibe was just off. Yeah.
Very bad.
Yeah, that was weird. I actually left
Totally.
mid set too. I thought it was weird. I just left. I was like, you guys keep going.
Nick does that a lot. if no one's talking,
If I'm not feeling it, those guys just finish it out. I just watch.
if no one's driving Teslas, he's out, dude. No Bitcoin,
dude.
no Teslas, he's out.
That one was bad. That one broke me.
Yeah.
What was the other part of that question? The best show?
Yeah.
the
the
other
best
half of
show.
that?
But before you get to that, Joe, you were saying you have people asking you to come to Texas all the time. There's actually someone in chat right now, Harris, saying, "Please, Houston."
Harris, we're gonna
That's
come
cool.
to Houston. You're gonna have something better to do, and then you're gonna comment. Come to Texas.
No, you know
I'm
what?
gonna have a brain aneurysm, dude.
You know what?
Congratulations, you're
But
getting
you're
engaged on
Harris.
that day or something.
Harris, you're getting engaged that day. Congrats.
Yeah.
You don't know yet. You don't know yet.
No,
Yeah.
That's
You got
yeah,
big
yeah.
plans when we come to
That
town.
day.
Harris, we're gonna dox you, dude. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He says,
Um,
"No, he's gonna be there at the front singing it all. He promises."
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome, dude.
Harris rules.
Very nice,
Harris
Harris.
rules. We're gonna stay at your house though, dude. I'm sorry. Like if you're gonna talk the big game,
Yes.
we're staying over for an extra day.
Mm.
So, what's the
Mhm.
best show you guys have played?
I think the best one was like coming home from the first tour we ever did. We played in New Jersey at Dingbats,
Hmm.
and that was just a great show. It was like we came back, we were
Yeah.
playing really good, and it was packed,
It was a good
and
feeling.
it was just great. That was a good one.
Yeah, I really.
Yeah, after being on a tour with other bands from different cities, and like now we're going to our somewhat hometown show, and like people definitely showed up. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Also, there was a show where we played in Chicago, where Thomas Erak was in the crowd. I guess he was at the bar there,
Who?
and we just Tom from Fall of Troy, Thomas Erak.
Oh, okay.
And he was, I guess he's friends with Kurt, and they were, because they had like a side project, but he was there, and like just for him to even see us play and say we were sick was just like unreal.
Bad.
Yeah, that
And the
was
show
cool.
was sick too. The show was good too.
Yeah, that almost. I mean,
Thanks,
Dingbats
News
was a
played that
good
too.
time, but Chicago, we didn't know anyone. You know, Dingbats was all our friends. So I try to think of shows where we don't know a single person. Like Orlando's a good example. There were 4 or 5 people singing every fucking word, which is insane.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that means a lot to us. You know,
that was a long time
Anywhere
ago.
we are in a different state where one person knows the words to our songs is like, you know, awesome
nuts.
to see.
Who's that guy? Our dude, Michael Cochran from South Carolina. He came to Atlanta to see us. I feel like he came to another show.
Yeah, he
but,
did. He went to Pittsburgh too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because he was like in the area, or he moved nearby. But yeah, that's just so fucking cool, man.
That's crazy. See him on one side of the country and then on the other side. Well, I guess not sides of the country, but still. It's a
Yeah,
long
different
way.
state. Pretty wild.
Joe, you got a worse show?
Do I have a worse show? I might have told you this last time I was on with Choke Artist, but we played
that's
Montreal.
right.
We played Montreal, and it was the same night as Coheed was playing down the street. So it was one of those classic, like, dude, Coheed's down the street. Wish you guys could see it. We played the 2 people.
Oh no.
I drove home from Montreal. 11 p.m. we left. I drove, and we got to New Jersey at 6 a.m. Then we played in New Brunswick that night on Sunday, and we bombed in New Brunswick and played to 6 people on like a rainy basement show, and it just was fucking awful. It was awful, dude. I'll never forget Tom's face when he drove off to go home. Tom was upset, dude.
It sounds awful, but I keep laughing because Tom is just losing his shit right now.
Sneaky
Guys,
D's, dude.
Fellas, we've been through a lot. Yeah, so Those are
I
my
just-
worst. That's my worst
Like-
one.
The band shows have now become so good.
Yeah, just because
Like-
it's funny to
The
think
story.
about.
Dude,
They
you
should be celebrated.
Yeah,
drove 12 hours to play to 2
Excellent.
people.
yeah,
Crazy.
that's all we're doing here. We're just making memories, you know.
We went to another country to play to no one.
Yeah.
You did?
Fucked up.
Oh,
We went
dude.
to Montreal.
Canada, Montreal.
Oh, okay, Canada. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That
guess
show, I
counts. guess
remember-
counts.
The
No.
funny thing about that show was it was like split. There was like 2 levels. Like you go in and it's sick. It was like this sick bar. It was like a nice stage, and like we're like walking in, like set up, and like no, you guys are downstairs. Like oh, we like go down in this cage. There's like a, it's just a room where there's like the water pipe is like pouring
Guys
out,
spitting
and,
on the
like, there's-
floor.
We're just
Oh,
setting up on the
you-
floor. And that's like there's a sick show upstairs, and we're just like in the basement fucking
I
playing.
think you're playing here. You're playing in the boiler room.
Yeah.
The boiler room. It was wet. There was no lights. We always joke. We always joke. It was like whenever the city we're playing in, it's in a different state. Like we always have a nice scenic drive through the sickest part of the city.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
just to Chicago down to like, oh yo, where's the venue? This is so sick, dude. We're here, and then we just keep going for like 20 minutes outside the city.
Yeah.
It's just like nowhere near the cool
Pretty-
parts of these cities.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you guys got shirts and vinyl on your Bandcamp. You also got vinyl on the Choke Artist Bandcamp. I don't know if I asked y'all to get something. If y'all had some stuff, I don't know if y'all have anything on hand. Show off.
Joe, you got something, man? You got the hats or anything?
I do have the hats. Should I get them? Should I go
Yes,
get 'em?
Yeah,
wear
dude.
one.
Show 'em.
Yeah, put them on,
Put
dude.
it
Send me
on.
one too if you can.
Yeah, send me one. Send me
Yeah, so we have t-shirts, we have dad hats, we have 2 different designs for vinyl, and we have a long sleeve t-shirt as well. That I think it's the strongest, most cohesive merch we have. Everything's kind of bird related for obvious reasons. But yeah.
I don't think I
that's
saw
all
the
I'm on.
hats.
Hopefully you're about to. We'll
Yo,
see what
Cricket
happens.
Slams. Cricket Slam said Skyline Chili and a hot dog. We went there the first time, I guess, because people say
Yeah,
it's like a Cincinnati
Went
thing.
there.
That shit's gross.
Oh,
Man.
disgusting.
yeah, it's like ground beef,
Horrific.
basically. Yeah.
Have you ever been there, Chris?
I've never been, and I know the
It's-
chili that he's talking about. Though it comes in.
It's like a chain. Yeah, it's like a chain,
Or no,
but it's
maybe
just
frozen
water.
or something like that. But
It's
yeah,
like a
it's garbage.
water. It's just water and meat.
It's water meat. It's
And
Water
your
meat.
choices are like on a hot
ground
dog
beef and
or
water.
spaghetti. You can get spaghetti and put this chili on it. And the place was packed. We went to, but it was like, what is this, dude?
We went to actual Skyline Chili. We went to the real
Yeah.
place.
I didn't know there was an actual restaurant for it. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's definitely
Yeah.
big in the Midwest.
That's Cincinnati. That was actually not a bad show.
No, it's cool.
Oh, you got a hat. There he is.
Ooh, for Ash.
It says in angles on the back in some kind of font.
Excuse me.
And there's a maroon.
Yeah, we're sold out actually. So we're gonna get more of the. These didn't go out yet because they're going out with vinyl. So vinyl should be here. I'm out of breath because I just ran up 2 flights of stairs. But
Mm.
vinyl
Send
should
me-
be here in a month or 2. And here's
Send me those two, Joe.
Throw him through the camera.
That'd be so sick.
Yeah.
shout out Caitlin. Caitlin designed the shirt.
Caitlyn Jenner, thank you so much. Sick.
Very talented lady.
That's awesome.
She's doing good. Brian made this one.
This
I like
thing's
that.
sick, dude.
I don't wear long sleeves, but I like the design. Brian, you did a good job, dude.
Thank you.
This is very cool.
There's a piece of tape on it. That's not.
Yeah, that one
I
is
was gonna
sick.
say what's
dude.
up with the tape. Okay.
Tape. The tape's not part of the design, guys. Okay.
Well, good job, Brian.
Tape is
It's-
my
Thank
idea.
you. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Yeah, vinyl's not here yet, but Chris, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Fucking-
When do you have like a date that they told you or?
Yeah, I think like first week of May. So we'll have it for the summer tour. We sold the splatter variant. I think we're down to the last 20, and then we'll have like Coke bottle clear on the road. So
Nice.
if you pre-ordered the vinyl and you're in the chat, thank you. It was very cool to, see people support our band. So Thanks.
Hell yeah. Well, speaking of support, I was looking on Spotify, the Spotify numbers. It looks like y'all got like what 9K streams on release day or something. Like that's really fucking good.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Dude, go
That's
check
awesome.
it out, man. Check out Spotify for artists, and they'll show you like all your numbers and stuff like that. Yeah, y'all did really fucking well, and it's still like holding pretty strong. I mean, it's not 9K every day or whatever, but it's still pretty strong. Like y'all did really well.
Yeah, it's
Thanks,
cool to
man.
see what songs people like. Like when you have a whole full length, you don't really know. Because we released some singles, but every song was kind of its own thing, so we didn't really know what people would be receptive to. So it's cool to see those numbers and see what people want to hear. You know, it's cool.
Harrison chat says that he's been listening constantly. He listens to it during his drive for his job, and he listens to it once a day.
Oh, sick,
Oh,
dude.
shit.
That's
No
awesome.
cap.
That means he's not kidding. I don't know if you know.
Nah, I know. I'm not that old.
No rap cap.
So let's
Damn.
wrap this up with your album of the year for last year. Things just got serious.
We were talking. It's like COVID year. There's like things were not getting released. It
Dude,
was
we talk
tough
about
to-
there's crazy amount of people about things released.
Yeah, we're talking
Interesting.
about
What-
Nick. Shut the fuck up, man.
A lot of people don't like keep up with like all the new stuff coming out. So like
Yeah.
I get it. It's actually a very
I-
common thing that people say here.
I was thinking about it. So Joe brought up this album. I think this is one that I do really like. Turnstile. I'm sorry, my dog's very vocal.
No, we
Turnstile.
don't like that. We don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that one.
The Love Connection EP by Turnstile, I think was sick. I didn't really listen to the full length. And then actually Tyler, the Creator's album, Call Me If You Get Lost, is very good. So I enjoyed that. Not a lot of like I guess like some hardcore came out. No, maybe.
I mean, there's a lot of like mathcore bands released and stuff, but I don't know if y'all really keep up with. Like every guest I had on last year, I pretty much put out a new thing. So.
True. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
It's all
There's
good.
this band that I'll say because we kind of I discovered this band when we were like the year we were recording, but we were looking up Brandy and like we were looking up the band he had just done, I think, and it was a hardcore band called Chamber, and
Is that 2021?
I don't know when that's when I first started hearing them, but they're fucking
I don't think
Yeah.
they're
it's
sick. So to me, it's like a
love them.
release in my head, but it was very sick, like technical hardcore
Yeah.
band that doesn't like. There's no like tricks, like everything. A lot of hardcore bands now are very like there's something going on, like sound effects or like it's like genty. Like Chamber is just very like straightforward, just dudes
agree.
playing their instruments,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's good. And I don't know, that was sick when I first heard them.
Yeah, that album's fucking awesome. Delta Sleep Spring Island, I think, was 2021. That's a very good album. I
Oh yeah.
don't know, dude.
Oh.
I mean, Joe, you run a label. How are you silent right now?
I was looking through I have a notes. I keep notes of what I like. Pac-Man the movies full length.
Dude,
Eat
fucking
Live.
sick.
Yeah, it's so fucking cool, man. Takes
Is that really? Is that really?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah, it's
Oh
kinda
yeah,
like
it's awesome. The
Horse
guys in the
band.
band are fucking sick too. It's awesome. Playing
Oh, they're
live
from
and stuff.
Texas, right?
Yeah. They're super awesome. Super chill guys.
Yeah. I'll send it to you guys. It's really
Oh,
cool.
that's the name of the band,
Pac-Man the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
You
But-
thought he was like listening to the soundtrack of the movie
Yeah.
called Pac-Man?
Yeah, you never know.
It's just boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is sick.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 has a playlist on Spotify. That's good. That's good workout music.
Nice.
Okay.
That's not 2021, but sorry, Joe. Go ahead. I know you have other things probably.
I mean, that was my shit. I think I said this last time too. New Age Filth by Hail the Sun, I really liked. Radical is up there. Probably not my favorite, but Ultra Pop by the Arms too. I'm going to see the Arms tomorrow. I'm pretty stoked on that. So,
Damn.
yeah,
I bet the show's gonna be insane.
I think it will be fucked up. So I'm very excited.
You think it'll be fucked up? Okay.
Are you going with Dreads?
Kate and I are going up, but Dreads will be there, so we'll be.
Oh, cool.
Thomas, you got an album of the year or what's up, man?
I think I'm gonna count the Misery Signals album.
Isn't that
Ultraviolet.
2021 too?
29.
I thought it was.
I think it's technically 2020,
Oh, okay.
but
Okay.
it,
Hey, we'll
it
take
feels
it.
like it was. Yeah, it feels like it was last year. It's very good.
Ultraviolet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick.
Well, I'll just move to the outro. If you're looking for something that's equally beautiful and brutal, you should check out Cardinal, the sophomore album from In Angles, which dropped back in February through Choke Artist. You guys are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Bandcamp, YouTube, and all streaming platforms. Am I forgetting anything that we should be plugging here?
Now, if you come see us play,
Come see him
Oh yeah, we
play.
got shows.
and we're
Especially, Northeast next month.
yeah,
If you live there, you gotta make some time, guys. Come on.
Yeah, and
Come
our
hang.
technical record release show is going to be in Brooklyn on April. Joe, what's the date?
14th Thursday.
14th. Yeah, if you guys are in the area, it'd be so sick to see everyone who's somewhat close support us and have an awesome kickoff show here.
Harris is saying Portland, Maine? Question mark. And NE. What is NE?
Northeast.
Nevada? Oh, Northeast. Okay.
Yeah.
We're in Nebraska. Wait, I thought Harris.
Yeah, I
was
thought
in-
Harris is in Houston. What the fuck is happening? Harris, what are
Wait,
you doing?
Harris, you liar.
Man? He's saying Northeast or New England. So
New
I
England.
guess y'all, that's like where y'all are from. So y'all are going to be playing a lot of that stuff, right?
We got a Boston gig in June, so come to that.
Ready.
Connecticut also in April. Well, we're gonna post it. We'll post we got 4 shows in April. We'll post about it tomorrow. So
Alrighty. So yeah, as for me, drop my channel follow so you always know when I go live. You can also sub to get access to the interviews before they hit YouTube and other streaming services, as well as get some access to exclusive emotes. You can also attach your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account to get a free sub right there. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. YouTube folks, if you like the video, please drop a like, tickle the notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe. It's a great way to support me for free. Check out my music, The Sound Ends Creation, at thesoundendenscreation.bandcamp.com. My new album, Boomers, Zoomers, Desperate Coomers, is out now. I don't have a guest for Sunday yet. Not quite sure if I'm going to try to get one or not. Going on
We'll
tour
come
starting
back.
in Wednesday, so trying to get stuff together for that. But yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Hope you had a good time.
Chris, thanks for having us.
Dude, anytime,
Great.
man. Anytime.
Thank you, man.
You want to
So
have
fun.
us on? You don't have a guest? Just call me. Call me.
Yeah.
I'll talk, brother.
Well, thanks for coming on, and thank you guys for watching and listening.